Hi, I'm Tamta, and I just wanted to show you guys a quick little practice project I've been working on. It is basically the gist of the project is loading screens in Unity, and I am using Unitask because that is the best way to do asynchronous programming in Unity and also the industry standard. So I decided to practice it a little bit. First, let's show you a little demo. So this is the main scene, the default scene of the project, and it's basically a UI with two buttons that lead to two different scenes. This one I call the light scene because it has less things in it and it loads pretty quickly. It's just a little like demo scene made in Pro Builder, well, with Pro Builder. It has the project has like a minimal character controller, as you can see here. And that's basically it for this scene. I also have this feature where when you press escape, you can free your cursor to turn the game off, and you can't really go back to the menu from a scene yet, so although that is a planned feature. And then we have this heavy scene, as I call it, which takes a bit longer to load and doesn't show a loading screen immediately, which is a known bug for this project, and I'm currently working on that one. Yeah, so it did it this time. Yeah, this is the intended functionality, but for some reason when I load it up for the first time, after a while it just freezes and refuses to load. But this is the heavy scene. This is a scene provided by Unity to showcase the URP, but obviously I'm showing it to showcase loading screens. And I can also get out of this one. But yeah, this is very much still a work in progress. I just felt like sharing it for now. But this one is a bug. This one is like the main bug that I'm working on, the heavier scene not loading sometimes. But the main point of this project is basically this scene loader, and it uses Unitask, and it's an asynchronous function. It takes scene data as input. Scene data is basically you pass in a name of the scene, and if that scene doesn't exist, it's a scriptable object, you can check it if it exists. If it doesn't, then it gives you an error, so you know like why your scene won't load. It's basically a way of validating the scenes, and it's located here. Those are the scenes. And it also has a preview for the scene, which is basically the image that loads when you show the loading screen, and then this whole block of code just won't run because the scene isn't valid. If it is valid, however, it'll initialize the loading screen, which basically the loading screen gets the components it needs, which is an image component attached to itself and a slider component further down, this one. It's basically this. And then I don't need this. It'll show the loading screen. Then it'll start a asynchronous operation to load the scene, and then check for if the operation successfully started. And while the operation is not finished, the slider value will basically be changed. So that's what fills the loading screen gradually, right? This piece of code. So that, I believe, is basically, these two scripts are like the whole point of the project in the way that it exists right now. I definitely have a lot of features planned. For starters, I would like to well, fix that bug that I just mentioned a while ago. And if any of you know why that bug exists, I would be happy to hear some of that. Basically, mostly I want this to be a asynchronous programming / unitask project. Maybe also something about properly handling game object instantiation, but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, that's basically it. If you want a closer look on this project, I have my GitHub repository up. So I'm going to leave a link in description for that. This is the same project. And you can go check it out. That's basically all I wanted to say. Thank you for watching, and bye.